I don't know what everybody's reaction to last night was, and whether or not, win or lose, because the Warriors are now officially the 10 seed, done deal with their loss last night, and even with the loss, like that was kind of my thought as the shot goes in the air at the buzzer. There was a piece of me that was like, it would really be amazing if this goes in. But it really doesn't matter if it doesn't, because the mission of last night was completely accomplished. Don't you feel, just by watching that, didn't that ignite the idea they could come out of the play-in? And maybe that doesn't matter to you. And I understand that as a Warrior fan if that does nothing for you. But making the playoffs to me, and clearly to them, is a thing, and didn't last night do enough to make you feel like they might.
They might. I mean, they might, because he might. And if he does what he does, and that's Steph Curry, yeah, you might. I mean, Steph Curry, when he gets into that mode, is the best player in the world. Hitting threes, step back threes, dribble threes, whatever he does. I think that when he gets into that mode, you can rightly believe that anything is possible. And that is, beat Portland on the road, sure. Go to LA or Phoenix on the road, sure. Beat OKC, I mean, probably not.
Yeah, come on.
But honestly, like, having him back gave me those same kind of feelings. Like, oh my God, he does that in 26 minutes? Yeah, you can believe it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and
even, like, the first 4 minutes were like, oh boy.
Yeah. Well, no, but you almost expected it.
Sure. Yeah.
He drove and he kind of got caught in no man's land. He threw up a weird shot. There were moments where you're like, are you limping? There were moments, and I think you have to give someone a minute to shake the rust off. And in fact, like, compare it to Porzingis. Porzingis was shaking the rust off, it felt like, for about 4 games.
At least.
Steph Curry shook the rust off for 4 minutes. And then you're like, oh, my God. Yeah. 29 points in 26 minutes. Still clearly the gravity that he brings to the court was more so than any other player out there, even Kevin Durant, I thought. And so it changes everything. And it goes back to exactly what I said the second he missed the shot. I'm like, there's just no salary big enough. That was as much fun as I've had watching a Warrior game in months.
2 months, yeah.
Yep.
2 months. And it makes me think about, like, next year, if you can keep Kristaps and, Jimmy comes back, whatever. It's not about next year yet, but watching that made me think more about next year than it had me thinking about, like, these playoffs, because you're right. They could beat Portland, they could, come out of the play-in and be the 8 and, take on the 1, whatever. That's a positive to have the young people actually get a series. But next year is really, for me, the year.
It probably is. And I mean, the Warriors have already even, Slater had that piece a few weeks ago where he's like, the Warriors are now all about next year. And if you want to call it the last dance, go right ahead. I don't know how there's so many question marks.
Yeah.
Even Steph talking on Saturday about doing a full reset for next season with regard to his health. And we'll get to that in just a minute, because I actually think what he said on Saturday might be even a little bit more intriguing than what he said after the game last night. He performed wonderfully. He got everybody activated. He seemed to feel good after the game. I would imagine he still felt good when he woke up this morning. And so all signs are pointing to him again playing another 25 minutes or so tomorrow night with the Sacramento Kings in town. And so that's all wonderful. But I do think there were some things he said on Saturday that are worth our time with regard to his health. So, yeah, like, I'm with you. I separate whatever this can be versus whatever that can be. And the questions of that being next season, is Steph healthy? When does Jimmy come back? Is Kristaps on the team? And did you add somebody else significant? Are the 4 top massive questions for me, and those will determine what they've really got a shot to do next year.
Yeah, and for, like, that is all down the road, but for whatever this is, yeah, I'm excited for this. Like, play again and, play 26, 28 minutes or whatever, and Kristaps stay healthy, and Draymond, and who knows, maybe you get through the play-in and you get an actual playoff series, which I think has value in and of itself.
Of course it does.
Right.
I mean, I think last night answered all of those questions, didn't it? Didn't it get into your veins?
Right.
So if it got into your veins, then even if it's just 4 more against Oklahoma City, then do it again.
Right.
Shoot it into the veins again.
Questions about, should he play and should they tank and all the rest of it? The answers are no.
Yeah. Yeah. That changes absolutely everything. And I hope it was just a not so gentle reminder to everybody with regard to whenever he plays basketball, it is complete and total box office. He is now 38 years old.
Man.
Please, 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 please suit up as many times as you possibly can. And that's it. And we're here for it. Whenever you want. You suit up, you play, and everybody with all of your questions and your concerns, please fade to the background. Please just suit up and play whenever you want to and whenever you can. That's it.
Yep. There's no load management. There's no more any of that. Like, we're here toward the play-in. If he's healthy, he plays. And if they can make it deep, he plays. And then next year, he's going to play. No more bubble wrap.
Would love to just hear from everybody with regard to what that sort of did for you. What kind of thought came to mind as he got back on the court last night? There's plenty of other stuff that we are going to get to today. First of all, Steve Kerr is going to join us at 5. Frank Caliendo is in town and will be in studio in the 4 o'clock hour.
On town.
I mean, there's no better laugh than a Frank Caliendo belly laugh. So we're going to do that in the 4 o'clock hour. Yes, the San Francisco Giants deserve our attention and our rants, and so do all of you who booed Brandon Pajemski on Friday night. So we'll get to all of that. But the Steph Curry performance last night, what did it do for you, Warrior fans? What sort of thoughts did it bring to mind?